What's up guys, Versatile Element here, and today we'll be going through a little flashback, a throwback to one of my first PlayStation 3 games when I got the console back in 2011. This is Modern Combat Domination. Okay, Modern Combat Domination, I had to think of it for a second. My commentary struggles. Modern Combat Domination for the PlayStation 3 made by Gameloft back in 2011. There was also a Mac version released alongside the PlayStation 3. I know, Mac. Not PC, not PlayStation 3 and PC, not even PlayStation 3, Mac, or PC, but it's PlayStation 3 and Mac of all platforms. I'm going to be going through some of the memories that I have for this game. If I can speak today, that'd be great. So I hope you also enjoyed the gameplay that we're having in the background. What am I saying? So Modern Combat Domination, I got my PlayStation 3 back in 2011, and before I got a lot more games, I was doing a lot more downloading demos and downloading and playing timed demos back when they were a thing, because they're not so much of a thing anymore. And I must have found Modern Combat Domination sometime, somewhere, somehow on the PlayStation Store, and I played the demo, and I had sometimes playing the demo with my cousin. And back then when we didn't have headsets yet, he and I just called each other on our phones, and then we put our phones, I think, on speakerphone. And so that's how we talk to each other while playing the game. Modern Combat Domination is not a Call of Duty Battlefield type game. I'd say it's an okay or good enough alternative to Modern Combat Domination. It ain't a big game, and it does have some flaws, but other than that, I think it's still a fun game. As you can see throughout this video, we got some funny names to like these characters. Like, I can't think of them from the top of my head, but something like Private Kano, Bull Joe or something. I can't think of the names out of the top of my head right now, but there are some set maps, some set loadouts and weapons, even game modes. You got your domination mode, capture the command posts like Star Wars Battlefront, the standard deathmatch and team deathmatch modes, which I play mostly team deathmatch almost all the time. There's even boom and bust, which I think it's supposed to be like trying to blow up some structure in the map. I'm not sure, but I really play that game mode a lot. And there's also, I think, I'm not completely sure, but I think there's like a mode with the VIP escort, I think, something like that, escorting some VIP, and you gotta hold off the enemy while the VIP has to go to some place in the map. And there are also some, like I said, that I'm also doing this from all over my head, doing it freely. So yeah, I'm gonna be going back and forth. But yeah, there are a few sets of maps. Two of them, which is this map, I believe it's called Sandstorm, and another map, which is an office building called Headquarters. Those two are my favorite maps out of the game. And there are also, I keep on saying this, there are also a set number of weapons for this game. Every time you take down an enemy, you gain more and more money so that you can unlock loadouts, unlock armor, grenades, weapons, and so on. You level up. Speaking of level up, it is because I went at least a few months or at least a year without playing this game that my multiplayer stats, my multiplayer rankings kept on being reset like at least twice. So there's that. And some of the weapons I have in this game, I cannot speak today. And UMP45, well, start off with MP5, then UMP45, MN106, AK-47, G36C, which G36C is one of my favorite guns in the game, favorite weapons in this game, as well as my favorite weapon in the game, which I haven't unlocked yet ever since my multiplayer stats have been reset. The machine gun, M249. There's also your shotguns like the Benelli M4, I think that's the name. I sometimes mispronounce these names. And also some, oh my goodness, there's this commentary, man. Also some sniper rifles like I think it's called the Dragovich and the Scout Tactical, and as your sidearms, including the Desert Eagle and Vulture. Now going around the place, there is one other memory I did have back in 2013, where this is when I used to have the PlayStation Move pair of PlayStation Move controllers, which is basically WeHD. You know, if you remember back in 2010 and onwards, Xbox Connect and PlayStation Move, trying to duke it out with the motion gaming, trying to do what the Wii did, but better. I used to have the PlayStation Move controllers back in 2013, and I tried to play Modern Combat Domination with the motion controls because apparently the game had motion control support, but I never had the gun accessory for the PlayStation Move, and I don't have those PlayStation Move controllers anymore. I barely had any use for them besides Modern Combat Domination, though I do have a PlayStation Eye camera, because first one was iToy, then PlayStation Eye, and so on. Even PS4 has one, and even PlayStation 5 is going to have its own camera later down the road when PlayStation 5 is released. And now let's go forward to some of the flaws in this game. There's some minor flaws to this game. It's not game breaking or very major. It's just minor flaws in the game, but in a competitive setting, they could be annoying. For example, one of the flaws is that if you notice throughout the game that the game stutters a bit or just freezes for a second and then continues and keeps on doing so every now and then. It's not my laptop having some recording issues with Modern Combat Domination, but it is the game itself. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's kind of like ports like Transformers Fall of Cybertron and even Transformers Dark of the Moon on PlayStation 3, the video games where sometime down the levels that the game would freeze just to load it up for some reason. Maybe it was something like that, but to a smaller extent on Modern Combat Domination. And a second flaw that Modern Combat Domination has is that the hit detection is a little off at sometimes. Like you can be pointing your weapon to an enemy and keep on shooting the enemy, but not all of the bullets will register a hit. So it's a little inaccurate. The hit detection's a little inaccurate. And one last minor flaw is some of the longer loading times. But if you were to play this game for as long as I have, then you would be able to probably guess by judging the music of the loading screen. You can use the music to judge around how I cannot speak right now, man. Around when the music will stop and the levels to load. But yeah, that's another thing. The music is another thing that is nostalgic about the game. And I already have the music in my head right now. The start screen loading music. And even the loading screen music for the levels. Yeah, I'm really going around the place with this and not scripting it or having really pretty much structure, like unlike how I would pretend to have videos like this or pretend to record videos like this in my head. But yeah, if there is one more thing I have to talk about for Modern Combat Domination is that I don't know how long that the PlayStation Network servers for PlayStation 3 were going to be up. I believe games like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale had their multiplayer modes or multiplayer features removed ahead of time, but we are already around the corner to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So I don't know how long we have until PlayStation Network for PS3 gets discontinued. Because if you think back to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 2 was discontinued right before the PlayStation 4 was announced. So I wonder if it's kind of the same thing with PlayStation 3, PSN on PlayStation 3. So I still enjoy my PlayStation 3 games. I would like to keep collecting and playing them, but I don't know how long that PSN for PS3 has. But anyways, guys, I know I've been going around the place and keep stuttering a lot, but I hope that you enjoyed this video nonetheless, or at least block my voice out. You just zone my voice out and just focus on the gameplay. And anyways, guys, I hope you still enjoy this. Versatile Element signing out, and my commentary, my freestyle commentary is gonna be much like this, unfortunately. still, I hope you guys have a good one.